Well, guys, as we're snowed in here, I figured I'd do another video for you. So today we're going to pick up our Thunderbolts retrospective with issue number 2. And this is the variant cover for issue number 2 by Mark Bagley. We have Kurt Busiek on the writing and Bagley, and who was the inker here? Vince Russell on inks. And so you continue to see the building up of this Thunderbolts team, who the public still doesn't know are the masters of evil. But you get to see some internal tension between the team because Zemo is trying to have Atlas help him build and reinforce bits and pieces of their headquarters. And Techno comes in and starts yelling about, he was like, I was a section chief for Hydra. I had the best technology, I had the best place. I knew, that I had the money and the resources and the backing to do these things. And he said, now I'm in this hovel, there's nothing to it. And Meteorite has to come in and remind him and say, look, if we come in with all of this technology, then nobody's going to trust us. Nobody is going to give us anything at all. They're going to say, oh, well, they must be well set up and well funded and well equipped. And the next thing that shows up is you get to see the Mad Thinker and his awesome android. And Andy jumps out here in order to steal Franklin Richards, whose parents and the Avengers and the Hulk and a lot of the other heroes, the Thunderbolts are trying to take the place of, because they all disappeared after Onslaught. Well, at first it turns out to be one robot, but then when the Thunderbolts get involved, Awesome Andy breaks off into 6, and he turns out to have the abilities to fight back with each member. So he moves, one of the duplicates moves his arm to be a sword so he can fight Citizen V. Atlas grows to about 20 feet tall and then comes to find out that the android can match his size and his power. Mach 1 has one that has wings and can fly, as well as Songbird. And then Techno is using his tech pack to change things up and keep one ahead. Meteorite, meanwhile, is hitting these creatures with all the strength that she's got. Well, unfortunately, it backfires for Techno because he gets feedback, and then the android that was fighting Meteorite turns diamond hard and just continues to get stronger and more durable and stouter to withstand her onslaught. And in the end, the Thunderbolts win. They do win, and after that, Citizen V tracks down the Mad Thinker, only to find that he's a life model decoy. So he's not truly the villain that they were searching for. But they do get to bring him down. And after that, since they saved Franklin Richards' life, then it is suggested that they move into Four Freedoms Plaza, the former home of the Fantastic Four. And Franklin, not knowing any better, says, that's a great suggestion. I think we should do that. So it comes full circle from what happened at the beginning of the issue, where Techno was saying, I don't have any resources, I don't have what I need. And now Meteorite's plan has come full circle, and now they're moving into Four Freedoms Plaza. So this continuation of this series is very strong. It is very dated and tied into the Onslaught story, but a lot of other books that are key, they're tied in as well. Amazing 252 specifically happens right after they return from Secret Wars. Things like that are tied in with the greater Marvel universe. And it's not really a detriment, because if you start reading Thunderbolts and you didn't read it back in the day, and then you start reading these books, then you'll get interested and say, hey, maybe I should go back to Onslaught. And when you go back to Onslaught, then maybe you'll pick up Peter Parker, Spider-Man number 72, and then you'll start reading Spider-Man. See, it's all interconnected. That's what's missing in today's books, is that they'll do event after event after event. but it doesn't feel like a cohesive unit, a cohesive New York City, a cohesive group of friends. The Avengers knew Spider-Man, and though they sometimes mistrusted him, they still knew him, and they still treated him as a friend until he gave them reason not to. And here we have that cohesiveness. We have that sense of world building that Kurt Busiek is so great at doing. So that is it for issue 2 of Thunderbolts. Look for a new episode featuring Thunderbolts 3 coming very, very soon. Again, if you guys are snowed in and the weather is terrible, please stay inside, stay safe, read your comics, spend time with your family, do what you need to do in order to just enjoy this time safely and use it as resting and downtime from the hectic life that we all seem to lead day in and day out. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me for this episode of Thunderbolts Retrospective. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, like and please subscribe to the channel for more great content just like this. Catch you guys next time.